closes.
Yes, indeed, Alex. It's going to be map number 3. What an exciting time that it even went there. I'm here with mental illness. I mean, Moses. And it's going to be on Inferno.
It is going to be on Inferno. I am so pumped. This is the best map, best third map we have in the pool. And yeah, Cobble ends in a crazy fashion. We said it a number of times. This Liquid team has really shown they can contend and compete. They need to minimize some mistakes, but obviously if they bring in that play that they had to come back in regulation to force overtime and then also to force double overtime, that kind of play is going to be key on this map.
I feel like we're struggling to figure out if those mistakes are because they're playing SK or because there just are some mistakes. Like, it's hard to say which one is the most influential one.
Yeah.
But they're putting in the basic work to get to a position where they can actually win some of these maps and really do a good job, you know.
I think the big problem for Liquid on this map is going to be when they switch over to the CT side and they have to manage their rotations, especially in the late round scenarios, because that's when SK Gaming is at their best. That's where perhaps the best team in the world at those kind of situations. So CT side will be tough, but starting on the T side first, and Taco crosses mid, he doesn't spot anything. This is actually interesting from Team Liquid. They pretty much just paused for the first 5-6 seconds just because they know that's what CT sides do. You have someone run across, you have someone jump across in halls, try and gain information, and they want to deny all of that.
This looks like it's going to be a rush out of the apartments with the flash up middle and maybe a good smoke or two. That smoke, if it blocks off Cold Zero and bolts, could be really huge. There it is, the smoke for Little Pit. That's absolutely brilliant. Now they just need to make it out onto the balcony. Flashbang is already in and trying to take the fight here at Archway, doing a lot of damage, but they lose Taco. They lose bolts as well. Taco is down in the pit, and he was the central player to kill. Cold Zero takes 2 in return, and Steel might not want to double up on that aggression. It's fine to try and do it, but once you fail it, don't keep re-peeking it. Now a 3-on-3. Fallen, no armor, but with a defuse kit, that could come back to bite them a little bit here. They've got the time for the retake, and they're all right in position. Cold wrapping around on the quad side. Already they've taken down Fur, and now Cold, that flashbang is pretty good, but it doesn't flash everybody. Fallen goes down with the defuse kit, and Naf turning in to a triple this time. Very good job. And that is Liquid winning the round. And that was, I thought that was a very well orchestrated pistol round. Yeah. That just worked really good.
From start to finish, the denial of information, the smoke towards small pit to deny anyone who's in the library from taking shots to try and help eliminate Taco and Pit, which they do very, very quickly. The double stack on the left side of mid, that's what SK was really leaning on to hold that A bomb site in terms of having 2 players alive that could be very much there to pressure the players in the bomb site while the rotate came in. And even that got eliminated, which was very surprising. I thought they would do a much better job of cleaning up that attack from Team Liquid in mid. Doesn't come through, so a good start in this third map for the American side. Here we are, all spread out. Elige and Twist going to work together to clear out these halls, force everyone back, and they do.
Yeah, they've picked up the bomb as well on Nitro. They've got the banana control. Eventually they have to decide on a bomb site to hit, and it's always a bit scary on Inferno. We keep bringing this up, but you really do have to get uncomfortably close to the C-set 75 at some point. Although on the other side there's also Fur with the Deagle, posted up by the coffins.
That being said, I do like what SK's done here. It's only heavy investment from Fallen and Bolts. There's still 1,400 on Cold Zero, 800 on Taco and Fur each. So making sure that when it gets to that first gun round, they're still going to be able to have utility, because utility reigns supreme on Inferno. And it's so difficult to hold the CT sides without it. Counter nade coming in, counter flashes as well. There's Fallen coming through, not able to complete the kill onto Twist. B bomb site is going to go to Team Liquid. But actually, they're still fighting for this. The boost up finds 1 kill. They've got a chance to make this happen. The bomb needs to go down right now.
Yeah, it does. Fallen trying to get through. Good defense from Nafly. Almost overextending. Got to be a little bit careful about that. But the Molotov at least will hold them back for a while. Scary times when the bomb planter gets killed and everyone is sort of like scrambling, because they're already in positions to wait for the defuse, and then suddenly there's no bomb plant. A little bit frustrating. Now it seems like this retake is going to be very tough on SK. They are leaning into the bomb site with some of their players, while at least a couple are backing off. So finally it feels like the retreat has been called. Fur sticking around for a little bit, and Taco also looking for exits. But yeah, they gave up on that halfway through SK Gaming, and why not? might as well save the Deagles for the next round. Good stuff on Liquid, though.
Yeah, it really was, especially under all that pressure towards the B bomb site. It is very unnerving when you're in and you're encountering so much resistance and still not able to get the bomb planted. Even so, 2 rounds for them, and some danger in this still for SK. Couple Deagles on the board, CZ with armor on bolts. This is going to be a long, grueling half, I think, for Team Liquid. I should just say map in general.
Yeah, I sort of, maybe. You got to hope not on the level of Cobblestone, where it goes into double overtime for them to win it. Would be obviously exciting if they could have a stunning first half here. The real test is going to be in the 4th round, though, where we finally are going to see the rifles, and as you pointed out, probably some utility too.
Yeah, and there could even be, I think there could even be an AWP. I think coldzera has enough money to bring it out. He's got 3350 right now, so if they want to, I think they'll be able to switch into that AWP. Might put him back on armor, on nades or something, but you never know if Fallen wants to bust that out in that opening round. Or coldzera, for that matter. At the moment, there's 3 players towards the B-bomb site for SK. And again, Team Liquid, slow-paced T side just to make sure they don't run into anything silly, anything unexpected. Playing this one very cautious and fundamentally sound.
Setting up for the smokes towards the arch side. And a couple, I think, even towards the library, maybe. So this should be a good way to make sure that you're not going to be too surprised by anyone bouncing out of there. 35 seconds, and the defense here on A is not that great. coldzera and Taco, they need very fast kills, otherwise they're going to get completely overrun. There are the smokes down, Arch and Library. That's a great shot from coldzera. A bit scary, but he's going to get jumped on anyway. He had a chance for a second one, but ultimately gets denied. The bomb gets planted. Now the rest of SK just need to look for exits, I think.
That's the AK-47 down, by the way. Steel needs to go recover that, and he does. Risky with low HP. And yeah, you might as well send some of these SMGs for to get some of the bonus money. Bolts, though, with armor, there's no reason for him to be anywhere near this. Just save, see if someone walks into you. And if he gets this UMP, it would be very helpful to get utility, but he cannot handle the recoil of the CZ that time. Elige takes him down. So 3-0. Now we get into that gun run. Now we get to see what is going to be brought out. And coldzera does indeed buy up that AWP. He's got full armor and a smoke behind it. So that's not bad weapon, or not bad kit to bring into this first gun round.
Definitely a strong buy coming out of SK in this round. Lacking some of the Molotovs, but you can't have everything right off the bat. I mean, that's they did buy a little bit every once in a while, so fair enough. Cole did have the AWP for top mid, but he's not actually going to challenge the corner into middle. He just wants to play defensively over at Arch, while Bolts and Taco are setting up on the other side. I don't really blame him for that. Like I think I've made it clear, I'm not a big fan of the peeking mid SAT. Unless you have like a specific setup, but just sort of casually doing it, I think it's almost never worth it.
It's not a bad thing to throw in and mix in there, but you can really get caught off if you misjudge the economy and there's another AWPer posted up. That's when it turns into the nightmare.
Now, the run boost peak into mid, I'm a big fan of, Moses.
You're a big fan of any kind of run boost, aren't you,
Yeah.
though? Like, it's not about that peak.
No, it's just in general.
It's just the insanity. Well, A-Hall's control for Team Liquid. They had banana control as well. Fallen and Fur playing passively in that B bomb site. Naf going to start working his way up Hall's. Twist is behind him.
Really feel like they're playing a strange setup here, SK Gaming. Taco has to really do a good job in the pit, because Bolts won't easily be able to help him out. And then he's already going to go down to Naf. Fallen will get one in return, but that's just a distraction. Bolts is pretty much alone here. Cold, I'm not even sure he's going to be able to do anything on that side. That's a great wall bang to force Bolts out. That's just beautiful. Team Liquid actually outplaying SK in this round completely. coldzera goes down, drops the AWP. They're going to get one kill in return, and Fallen, oh, they're just overextending a huge amount here at the end of it. Why have they done this?
That's so silly. It's so silly to die there.
2-on-4 into a 2-on-2 with low health on the rest. The bomb has already ticked a fair bit. That might be the only thing saving them. Nafly with a great headshot. Fur takes one, and he's out in the open. He's going to go down. And Fur turning around for the full 10-second defuse, which he is going to get. That is honestly unacceptable.
No, yeah, it absolutely is. That is such a silly. You don't need to fight there. There's no reason to. You don't need to have that map control in a post plant at the A bomb site. You get 2 players in pit. You get 1 up in the balcony. You get plenty of time for it.
They won that, the early part of that round, they won so heavily that they just were like, sweet.
By the way, I mean, it's a great execute. It's a great hit onto that A bomb site. What they do is mimic a B hit. They put the smokes down. They pretty much just send steel. And they do it at the same time as when NAF is coming out of halls. So that one confuses the communications between SK. They're communicating about action at 2 different parts of the map at the same exact time. And it also kind of freezes the rotates while everyone tries to figure out what happens. But the post plant is just a horrible, horrible mistake. Surely, Anders, you can't have one of those rounds this early in the game.
I think that almost rivals the 1v2 on Mirage, Moses. That was almost more painful, I think.
Yeah, it does actually hurt a little bit.
Cuts deep into the soul, doesn't it?
It does. I realized like a second player like rotated over lane to help Nitro take out Cold Zero with the AWP. But once they get that kill, it's just like, okay, everyone fall back. Even if Nitro gets picked off, if it's that second player in mid who doesn't die, you're still perfectly fine.
And the 2 people who were sort of fighting in that scenario were the ones that had all the health, basically.
Yep.
So not only a 2-on-2, but a 2-on-2 with low health. We'll see how they do. If they can recover now, obviously, all is forgiven. 50 seconds on the clock, smoke goes up. And Cold Zero just watching it on the other side. A little bit of traffic going on there.
This isn't the worst scenario despite that blunder. You did get it into a 1-on-1. So it is a reset scenario for SK Fur holding counter nade. There's the pop flash through the smoke. Fallen's got to win that fight, but he doesn't. Nitro is dinked down. Fur up top is traded. That's huge. They don't have any smokes to put into the cross. They throw one very, very deep. And SK, they might choose to save this, actually. Even though they're already here, Taco's running away already. And that's because of the economic situation they're in. SK, if they risk everything here and lose it, they're going to have to, you know, have one of those low econ buys. And as good as they are on them, you don't want to be doing those.
Really an emotional roller coaster, I feel like, casting these Liquid games, because it's a hard mix of like, that was great, and oh, that was really bad, but great job. And then
it's like a soap opera, isn't it?
It really is. That was just beautiful. The flashbang timing against Fallen was dead on perfect. Fur slightly overpeaks the corner on Coffins, and they're there to punish him immediately. It's just all really good. Cold Zero is going to get taken down, dropping the M4, no chance to save it. 4-1, and SK going to be absolutely furious they lost that round.
Yeah, and they got to be absolutely furious that they lost those 2 rifles right at the end as well. I mean, Taco got locked in towards Library, but he didn't have to be. Him and Cold Zero made the call to save very early on and just never really ran away from the bomb site from that part of the map. So, yeah, that blunder hurts for a round. It stings, but it doesn't come back to bite them too hard as they do recover. Shotgun, CZ, 2 Deagles, and the MP9 on bolts.
Once again, playing sound Counter-Strike in a round like this.
And when you have these low economy buys on Inferno, it's not really the weaponry that hurts. We've seen plenty of times the CZs, the SMGs, the Deagles, and even the shotguns can all do work. They can all do damage. It's the missing smokes, it's the missing Molotovs and counter flashes that really come back to haunt you, especially moving forward into the gun rounds.
Yeah, and sometimes I think, especially if you end up in retakes, then you need sort of the M4s or the AKs to get the retakes in. It's kind of difficult to retake with a Max 7 on both sides.
It's not the best weapon to do it with, no.
Just isn't. Under a minute, but all of this is perfectly fine. Steel has been holding Banana steadily, making sure no one can sneak in. There's not going to be like a quick rotation in, and they win the fight against Taco, leaving Bolts alone on the bomb site. He's actually still saving the HE, which is kind of impressive. He's just waiting, hoping to get them stacked up. Explodes the bike, gets the kill onto Nafly, but he's going to go down to Twist anyway. Fallen now running in, and he's going to run right into Steel. Another great hit for Team Liquid, and just very patient, very coordinated. That is pretty much the kind of Liquid I want to see every single round.
Yeah, that was cool. They also have a Molotov for the balcony. That there's that off angle that CTs love to play in. that they threw that round, which I think was misthrown just a little bit because it actually blocked their teammate from being able to peek into the site while they attacked. But that can be effective going into the gun rounds. Obviously, if you throw it before and execute, that player cannot stand there and defend, so it helps a lot for those players coming up lane.
Chad coined the term NAF watch, which I kind of like.
Yeah.
Currently, he's
10-2.
high in the sky at the moment.
Yeah, he's loving it.
Doing a really good job. Another round for Liquid, and I think the problem with SK is that even, you said this earlier as well, even when they're sort of starting to get behind like this, you just know that they're so experienced at just, you know, buckling down and like they're waiting for that one round, they're waiting for that one mistake. They just need it, and then so you really have to keep it up. You can't really take your foot off the pedal.
No, but here's what you love if you're Team Liquid. We've been what? This is the 7th round, and there's only been like one really strong buy with rifles for SK so far. And if you're Team Liquid, everything's going according to plan. Everything has worked out perfectly because you're having easier rounds against SK, which you don't get too frequently. I mean, even after SK wins that round, the following one they have mostly SMGs to fight with, and not a lot of nades. So this is perfect for Team Liquid. Fallen with a scout, Fur with a shotgun. Those are both at the B bomb site. So Liquid's actually posted up Elise and Nitro in mid, hoping to get a pick, hoping someone peeks for information. They're able to take him down. That's a great pounce. Naf got into that position and no one saw it because Cold and Fur, they hadn't been peeking until Fallen got over. So he's able to sneak into that spot, and now you're starting to punish the responses. Liquid is just working SK across the map at the moment.
I wonder if they move forward, if Fur is going to throw the grenade forward or if he's going to throw it under Cold Zero. So that Cold can still look over the box, but they can't really, like, they're going to have a harder time from the low ground. It seems like he's just going to underhand it, and then Cold will be on top. I mean, we might never find out because still 40 seconds, and they're gravitating back to the A-bomb site, where Bolts alone is holding Deagle, and they are going to be all around him. Especially Twist coming down on top seems like it's a likely way for him to meet his end. Oh, beautiful. But not enough.
You do love the baiting, though, from Team Liquid. Just let Nitro go in, let him figure out where the opposition is, where the defense is set up. He gets taken down. Easy trade from there. Minimal losses for Team Liquid. It's going to be a 6th already. And this is kind of a fun third map, seeing as how it's one that SK publicly talked about working on, has looked good for them at different points in this event.
Yeah.
It's also a map that Team Liquid historically has been very, very good on as well. So this is almost like a sneaky little trap pick that SK has fallen into. 254, so he hasn't done damage in the last 3 rounds. It's not ideal.
Well, he's also got 0 kills, I think, Taco. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, he's had a rough time of it. He's got some assists in there, so that accounts for some of it. This is overall just a fantastic start for the mostly North American side, although they've stolen one of the Brazilians.
2 of them.
2 of them.
Don't discount Zeus in there.
You're right.
It's no fault or it's no coincidence that Liquid's rise largely coordinates with Zeus coming in as a coach and, you know, having a couple months with the team, and then all of a sudden this meteoric pickup in how strong they've been.
Yeah, the man really is a genius, isn't it, when it comes to that role? Even standing in for them and playing well. I mean, obviously he was playing
at the major, yeah.
Yeah, I really feel like that was just incredible. Even though he was sort of playing the bank and stuff like that.
He had like
playing with the C-set all the time.
Yep.
Still made it work better than I think anyone could have expected. 6-1. Should we be worried, Moses? Are we worried about SK at this point?
No.
All right. You're still a solid believer in the fact that they're one round away from a comeback.
I had SK winning this event coming into it, so
you're going to stick with that. Fair enough. Not a bad pick at all. We do have the AWP in play. A couple of M4s. Utility. If they save a little bit, they can make up for the fact that Cole doesn't have anything. They might make this work. See how patient they can get. Some of this is also down to how much pressure Liquid is going to be applying early in the rounds, because if they apply the pressure, then they sort of have to use the grenades, right?
Listen, here's the crazy thing. If they go at this B bomb site, which they are, this is a different pace as well. This is just a walk up to Banana and get a timing hit. Fallen's just rotating away. This is going to be a disaster. He's got a scout. He's got to rotate around. He's going to be blocked off by flashbangs and smoke. Fur's got to do so much with his shotgun, and that smoke pretty much prevents him from doing anything, although hiding behind it, Liquid trying to come through, wrap onto Fallen again. The Scout can do absolutely nothing. They still have to find Fur, and coldzera's here, but he has an AWP as well, so he's really limited in what he can do, and that smoke's about to fade, and Fur goes down.
So impressive that they wait getting onto the B bomb site until the wraparound construction happens. That completely cancels first position out, and Naf is a bit of a madman here, running to find coldzera and successfully doing so. That's the AWP gone. Big investment here for SK Gaming. It will be a 7th round now for Team Liquid as Taco and Bolts just saving their rifles on opposite side of the A-bomb site. Can't really even help each other out all that much.
Yeah, that B hit is actually gorgeous from Team Liquid. You're exactly right. Patience until the smokes fade. And then you do exactly what you're supposed to do. All the money that Liquid has, they just risk weapons, and there's no big economic investment for it, but they want to take that AWP away. They know it means more to SK. Even Bolt's being hunted down here, and he needs to fight his way out, and he's not. He's trying to hide. And it's not too often like you feel that SK is just getting piled on. But right now, nothing is going their way, and they are getting decimated.
Nafly having one of those games that we saw earlier in the tournament when he was feeling so confident to just run all over the place, and that's kind of happening now. He's 13-2, and that's in 8 rounds that he's managed to accumulate that scoreline. Super, super impressive. This is something else.
I think Fur's now had a shotgun for 4 rounds. Fallen's had a scout for 3 rounds. They have just never had a great buy. They have never been able to get the economy under them. Fallen's just being erased off the map. They're going to have the full losing bonus in the next round, so that'll be their first perfect buy of this game.
That's extremely late to be picking that up. Even if this can be a very T-sided map, you really don't want to be in this position at all if you're SK Gaming. And I mean, maybe this is the other side of the medal, Moses. Once you get so good at making the force buys and the sort of semi-buys work, and then you run into a game like this where it doesn't, you end up doing it for like 3 or 4 rounds and give up any potential for sort of, you know, for bringing it back. It's kind of crazy.
It is a very scary situation for SK. If you pile on the tactics of Team Liquid and the individual play of NAF so far, this might be that first time where you got to feel comfortable in a Liquid upsetting in this series. This is going to be dangerous, though. 4 players here for SK. One of them in the bomb site, one of them lane. But there's so many different areas that Liquid's going to have to clear out. They haven't spotted coldzera. Someone saw him drop. Now they've spotted him out. Bolt's waiting in Graveyard as well. So many crossfires. So many different scenarios in which Liquid could lose this round. And they're slowly trying to take it over, and just then the kills come out. Steel and Elige. They find a couple. Taco's got his first kill and an AK-47. He's going to go for this. Why not? No matter what, they're buying next round.
Yeah, the bomb is only planted now, so realizing now where one of them was, but not ready for Naf, who's going to be taking him down. So it got close. They did also happen to attack a bomb site with 4 people inside, and they couldn't even find, they had to go pretty deep into the site before they actually started to find the kills.
Look at the money on Liquid, though. All 5 players before buying over 11,000. I think even Twist was pretty much at 16K.
Yeah, it's been a while since we've seen Americans that far out of depth, Moses.
Always got to make it political, huh?
Get your chance, you know. 8-1, the 10th round here, and just a massive lead for Team Liquid. A massive surprise as well. I can't believe that they've done such a good job. And I also can't believe that, you know, we've been saying it all along, the first 2 maps, saying, well, SK just need a little bit, and then they'll usually pick it up. They'll pick up 1 or 2 rounds out of all those forces, and it tends to work. Has not been happening here. They've been shut down. Fallen jumping right into the flashbang, and that's a perfect opening. Shutting down that upper banana push, and they are now in a lot of trouble. Cold wants to, but at the same time, if he goes for it again and drops the AWP, they've got nothing. They're just going to have to wait for it.
He's been so punished so many times that he's just been trained not to go anywhere near that bomb site unless you're actually going to go for it, and no one wants to on the SK side of thing. That deep smoke really being effective in preventing that AWP from rotating over. Would be interesting if that's a bit of research that they've done, knowing that coldzera with the AWP likes to play on rap side. I think SK is going to go back to the drawing board after this game. Even if they come back and happen to win this, they're going to go look at that defense at the B bomb site and say, we need to fix something, because Liquid's had it any way and any time they've wanted it.
Yeah, it's crazy. There was a run boost into CT spawn. Twist got sacrificed to Cold Zero. Now they're just hoping to get out of this round with every single rifle alive. That's something else they're usually really good at, SK. They are one of those teams that also, when they save, they tend to be pretty successful at it. They're going to lose one. Still pretty painful from their point of view, and obviously Liquid don't really care how many rifles they throw away.
No, they could, yeah. They just have so much money for days. 9-1. And I think if you're SK at this point, your defense of the B bomb site, bring Cold Zero with the AWP over there and get aggressive. Control Banana. Stop letting Liquid have whatever they need in that side of the map. You need to actually fight for it, because every time Liquid's allowed to just march up to the entrance and just, you know, do whatever kind of execute they want, they've taken it from you. So you need to challenge for that. They're not doing it this round. And it's just, there's no adapting on this CT side at the moment. Still Cold Zero on Rap side with the AWP. Still Bolts and Taco and Pit and Lane. They haven't given Liquid any different looks.
They really have not. See if it can change now. Fallen is all the way in the back, and Fur close by with the flashbang. I feel like the timing on this grenade from Fur is going to have to be really good. Over a minute. They have given up every other part of the map right now, but SK aren't being aggressive enough to even discover that. Fallen charging through. He's going to be down, and Fur up on the boost. At least gets the refrag. They're slow to rotate on the A side. A little bit worried, and that's a kill from Elige. Huge frag coming in first. Going to get a quick triple, though, in return. Bomb being planted. He picked up the AK-47. Sprays right through and taking down Nitro. And that's the quad kill all on Fur here. Trying to see if he can get the ace, but he's going to get shot down. Elige still keeping it alive for Team Liquid. And now Taco is going to come in and try and see if he can save this one. He has to. He simply must. Peeking around the corner, and Elige just playing for the bomb, which is exactly what he should be doing. Can he pick up a smoke or anything? No, it's just going to be the flashbang. Taps the bomb once. Elige going to go for a bit of a shoulder peek, and there's the headshot, taking down Taco. Again, a gut-wrenching loss here for SK Gaming. Quad kill on Elige, I think, at the end.
Yeah, and a quad kill on Fur. Elige actually had to deny his ace and win a 1 versus 3 to do it, and Fur's got to be feeling, what more do I have to do? Fallen's going to be frustrated as well, because Fallen has been stuck at a couple really awkward timings where the hit comes in, the smokes and flashes rain over just as he's rotating away from that B bomb site. And as he turns around to kind of get into the action and get into better position, he just gets completely blinded. What a round from Elige, though.
See, I would have built this story differently if I had to tell it from the beginning. I would have said, barely surviving Cobblestone in double overtime. They were then forced to face SK on Inferno, and that was where things got really rough. And it turns out that wasn't how it was.
No.
They make it through Cobblestone, and it turns out they just have a brilliant start on Inferno. What a story that is.
Yeah, what a game plan they've put together here for Inferno. I'll have to get some information on this, I think, from Zeus at some point and talk to him and just say, what did you see?
Certainly have it planned out well. Double scout, a sign of the desperate times that they are finding themselves in at the moment.
And they finally changed some things up, although it's not too much. I mean, it's 2 players on Rap side. It's Fur and Bolts now over towards this B bomb side. I think that might be because of the scout buys. Great headshot from Fur. Also tagging Naf. Bolts now with the job to do, can't get it done. And with no smoke there, SK is just rotating into the gunfire. Fur's got to go find Elige, and he does another headshot.
He's really on point. The only one right now for SK, it seems, who's really stepping it up. There's Cold, taking down Twist with a smoke. Naf is up there, but he is 1 scout shot away from being down. Nitro, they're both out of grenades. No defuse kit, though, on SK Gaming, and no armor on Fur, so they really want to be quick about this. Otherwise, they're simply going to run out of time. Naf has a great position to at least get 1 kill before they can even react. Nitro gets the other one, and Cold out in the open, out of bullets as well. He's going to be dropped. 11-1. They are flaying SK Gaming right now, Moses. This is a bit much.
I'm not sure the last time I've seen SK get beat this bad with almost no chance of a response.
Yeah, I'm not sure. No, there isn't a game that springs to mind for me either.
If you look back to the 1 round SK1 as well, remember, it was mistakes by Team Liquid in a 4-on-2, taking fights they didn't need to take and leaving low HP players in pit to try and win it out. If those mistakes don't happen, this could very easily be a 12-0 half at the moment. which is a crazy, crazy thought to think about. Fallen's back towards the B bomb site. He's got an M4, and that might be a bit too much.
1G's in the chat.
Just a memer, aren't you?
I just
You filthy.
I just realized that obviously was a questionable play, but I just actually still like the fact that he tried it. I'm so on board with Naf playing this kind of Counter-Strike. It is mental in a way, but he's got 14-4.
Yeah,
you
he's
know?
14-4. They're up 11-1. Why not risk it?
Fallen also just has to be wondering, are we losing 11-1 to the people who run through their own Molotovs
Yeah,
to try and
right?
kill us?
Like, how has this happened? This is the darkest timeline, surely. I'm not sure if coldzera's actually shot this AWP at any point during this half. Like, especially at the A-bomb
Yeah, you're
site.
right.
I don't know if I haven't seen it.
Twist waiting patiently, politely.
At least Fallen this time goes and peeks down Banana. So he gets some information. There is still a smoke there, so he can't see deep, but he's like, all right, I didn't see anything in Banana, so at least there's that. Now here's the funny part. He's Fur's rotating away. They're actually going to try and split onto this site. Fur's the next one up, and he goes down as well.
Oh,
Even with the man advantage, SK just getting wiped off the map. Now they have to be careful of the smoke spraying through his steel. Twist as well. Here comes the run through Fallen. The timing of it is huge. He gets stuck, and he comes around him. He's made the play. He almost misses, but he's got one. It's a 3-on-3.
13 seconds. He needs a bit more. He almost had to go for it because now that the bomb is down, 2 versus 3. Taco and Bolts. Another incredibly unlikely retake here. Could see them trying to get a lucky shot through, but already rotating around is Nitro. So even if they went for this retake, because of the position of the bomb, the defuse is going to be so hard to stop Nitro from canceling that out. Fighting Twist, and he's going to get the kill once. Bolts will get one. And Nitro is right around the corner to try and pick him off. He's already on the retreat. Really smart play from Nitro here. And that will be another round, making it 12-1 in favor of Team Liquid. I can't believe this.
Anders, throw in the towel. This game's over.
Ooh.
This is unbelievable. This might be the best T-side I've ever seen a North American team put together that I can remember.
Moses, if they make a comeback after you said that,
that one.
Team Liquid
that'll
will
go down in
never. They're going to find you and
no.
beat you with bars of soap like that one scene in Full Metal Jacket.
I couldn't even stop myself from saying it. It was just stream of consciousness.
Yeah, well, it's out in the open now, Moses. I'm calling it. It's the SK comeback. It's happening now.
Want to put a...
Think about what your life has been like up until this point, Moses.
I've had no luck, have I?
No, this is meant to be. Just an overwhelming lead at this point. And I have to agree, though. Team Liquid have just played a beautiful first half. And SK Gaming, I almost feel like, I mean, not to take anything away from Liquid, but they ran themselves into the ground trying to sort of almost muscle up every round, you know, saying like, this time the Max 7 and the Scout and the C-Sits will work. And they kept doing that. And for once, and this almost never happens, but for once they came out on the other side looking deflated. They sort of seemed like, man, it's really not working.
The crazy thing is, I mean, there wasn't even really success in some of those low buys they had early on, right? Like normally, even if they lose it, they're at least getting 3 kills. This time it was like, of the rounds they've lost, I think there's only been the one that was close, and that's because Fur got 4 kills. Elige had to win a 1 versus 3, but incredible scenes here. Going to be another hit towards the B-bomb site. Now SK is starting to feel it because coldzera is rotating over very early before the indication comes in. Nitro, though, Fallen is having a really rough game, and Fur got to stay alive, got to allow coldzera time to get involved. He's trying to wrap around, but he cannot live. They just cannot survive these attacks, although I think coldzera being there that early kind of shocked Naf.
Yeah, he wasn't really ready for it. Spray through, but not quite at the right angle. He's going to allow the bomb planters to live and get the bomb down. It's a good headshot from Twist to take down Bolts. Now a 2 for 3 in the retake here. And if you're SK Gaming, what else are you going to try and do? You do at least have the defuse kit. And the bomb did only just go down. Cold edging his way closer. He's going to be dropped. And Taco, no chance at all. Steal with a big double kill, closing out the round. And more in favor of Liquid, 13-1. This is just...
I feel like Elige is holding back a smile there, like he's having to force himself to not smile.
Good on him. Keep the focus. Don't give up. You've got them locked in. They've got him in the arm lock, Moses.
Surely.
It's just seconds away. Yeah, I've never seen anything like this. this would be kind of a historic defeat for SK Gaming, I feel like. At this level, you know, quarterfinals, massive tournament, and third map. Not sure that's ever happened to this extent.
And just the style of this 13-1 so far has just been, there's just been no hope. Oh, here's Fur dropping over.
Yeah.
All right.
What can you say?
Like, those are the kind of plays that Fur makes that, like, you usually see him get, like, a kill or something, and Steel just snaps over instantly, just so zoned in. Fallen's got a scout. He's smoked off rap side, so Taco's alone for a moment. He's pushing up lane. Bolts and coldzera at B. Taco's going to walk right into it. There's the peek out. There is a flashbang, but Nitro with a quick response.
Yes, indeed. There's a headshot from Fallen on at least one. Bolts on the other side by Banana, winning that fight. So now things are going to get a little bit odd for Liquid. They're sort of running back and forth across the map and losing at least some players. Bolts has got a secondary position here, falling a little bit back, and he's going to win the fight against Naf, although he did drop kind of low. They just have to follow it up here, Team Liquid. So maybe if they play this one solidly, SK, there's a chance for some sort of return here in the 15th round. Nitro going to go get the bomb down, and nobody's going to be able to stop him. And now they're retaking without a kit and a scout and an M4, so even though it is closer than it feels like it's been for a while, they're still not quite out of the woods yet. And I like this wraparound 2 in construction. It's going to be so hard for SK to clean it out. There's a good shot from Twist to drop Fallen. Now it's coldzera. 1 versus 2. Trying to get a second round, and they double peek him. Nitro for the triple. Chilling in the spa right next to the fire and the bomb and everything else. It's 14-1 in favor of Team Liquid. Unbelievable.
Yeah, I've got no words anymore. Naf, Nitro, who is that third player? And Elige all at 14 kills. Twist at 12, Steel at 10. It's like, outside of even being tactically outplayed, like Liquid just individually is on a different level at the moment. I think, I hate to call it out, but Taco, I think his 2 kills came in the same round. I think he's had a really, really rough game.
Don't hold back now, Moses.
Yeah, I know, right? Just pile it on while I have the chance.
Yeah.
I think the problem is I don't even necessarily fault him for that. Him, coldzera, and Bolts have all been so locked out. If you're going to put blame on, and any reason for this, it's that B bomb side of SK has just been a problem this entire half. They can't hold it, or they couldn't. Doesn't matter anymore.
A grotesque lead in favor of Team Liquid. 13 rounds ahead of SK Gaming in the deciding match. If they lose this, they're going to be out of the tournament, and Liquid will be in the semifinals. Bit of a deep smoke going in towards B. And Naf can't really see anyone yet. He's going to try and double up on the aggression, though. Eats a grenade. Not bad at all there, but Twist has still got a headshot. Naf almost out of it. Indeed, will run out. A lot of chances there for Twist, and none of them connecting. So the bomb is down, and it's a 4-on-4 retake here. SK, can they hold on to this round at least? They've got a good setup and construction. Some weird jumping coming in, and they are going to get shot in the face. Fur takes one more. Fallen will take down Steel, so it's still a 2-on-3. And SK are holding the site very well at the moment, making it hard for Liquid to even get close. And that will be the end of the round. So double kill for Fallen, double for Fur. They finally pick up a second round.
No investment for Team Liquid. Just don't do it. You have such a massive lead. Don't put yourself in a weird economic situation. You just saw how you were able to abuse SK because of it. So you can buy up some pistols, don't get armor, and just go into that 4th round with a real nice buy.
Yeah, they need 2 rounds, Moses. And you already called their victory. So.
I already called it. Oh, good. Jesus. This is going to be so bad if it goes the other way, isn't it?
I mean, they might just cancel your American passport. So you might show up in like JFK or something, and they just say, yeah.
Like, we have no record of you ever living in this country.
God.
Nice double nade.
He really, yeah, he got carpet bombed out of existence. Still, 2-man stack at the top of Banana. You could have hoped maybe that they would try and rush through based on that kill, you know, get over Salas. But SK are holding Banana just fine at the moment. Flash around the corner. It's a good kill for Naf. But still a 1 versus 1 against Bolts on the other side. And he's going to give it up. Trying to fall back instead. Interesting position for Steel. I feel like he's He was just a couple of seconds late to actually watch them walk past. So now they've made their way all the way onto the site, or at least onto the library, and have taken down Twist. Yeah, not really Steel's fault, but that can happen, you know?
Yeah, just timing. And as well, I mean, those are easy to forgive as well, considering they only have upgraded pistols, no armor. So you have to try and make some kind of a play, some kind of a weird position that SK wouldn't be expecting. 14-2. About to be 3.
Just a long march back.
What do you think, Anders? Think this is a comeback?
I already called it as soon as you said it. It's,
you didn't do that because you believe, though. You just did it
listen.
so you could say. Because no one's going to remember that you said it.
Well, I'll say it again then. It's already happened, Moses. You already sealed their fate.
All right. Crowd looking on.
Yeah, I see a Let's Go Liquid, although I've been seeing a lot of SK signs out there. So
Someone was holding a sign at SK that said fake Cloud9, which I don't really know what that meant.
Is that aimed at Liquid?
No, it was at SK. I found that weird.
Yeah, I'm not sure. Oh, they return the favor. The double grenade into middle does a tremendous amount of damage to fur and bolts as well. People don't usually do that anymore, I feel like, run into that kind of grenade stack. So, bit unfortunate for SK. They're not going to be happy about that. They are playing against just no armor and only 3 upgraded pistols, and that's it. So, they should still be in a good position. Twist trying his best. Could have been a nice headshot, especially on Fur, who's out there on 66. And Fallen really holding on to this part of the map, and that is almost certainly the round. Really good job with the Galil.
Yeah, very nice control. That'll be the 4th round for SK. And Twist, I guess at this point you're just saying, please come hand me an AK-47. Elige just trying to find Fallen at bottom of mid. So we'll see what SK is going to have in their first, well, in the 4th round of this half.
Yeah, you have to, I mean, I don't know if at this point every round is like really, they feel a lot of pressure, or if they just feel like, listen, at this point, we just have to sort of like play it as loose as we can. And like, you know, like I think maybe the pressure sets in if they get this back to like 12-14, like then you feel like, man, now the pressure is really on.
Yeah. I mean, it is kind of that, I mean, when you always say it, it just sounds so silly, but it is that one round at a time. And if there's any team that's going to be very, very good at that, obviously, it is SK, right? Like, we've seen them make massive comebacks before. We've seen them do it against some of these very same players of Team Liquid. Yeah, nice nade stack. A lot of damage done, and Liquid trying that round to kind of fake him out, because I guess normally the idea, if you're a T-side, when you see those nades come down, you either rush B or you say, you know, they're going to rotate to B after this since they just showed so much presence at the top mid. Liquid just tried to stay at A and hope they would come into it. Here's a triple push towards the B bomb site. Taco standing in the flames, getting naded. Some good damage done, some spam coming through, and Taco goes down again. They nade him inside of the tree. Now they're going to get more aggressive. They want to end this here, but Bolts with 2 kills. That is stone cold.
Yeah, what a hold. And it actually felt to me like Liquid have an initial barrage of grenades, then they wait a couple of seconds, and then they double grenade that corner with the tree. So they actually sort of almost bait them into occupying that corner, thinking, well, that was the, you know, the banana grenades. That's it. You know, we're home safe. So that was really interesting kind of defense. Obviously, an expensive ones in terms of grenades, but if you pick up some of those kills, then maybe it's all right. And they are going to bank everything on this B bomb site. Liquid saying, listen, if we just spread out, it's probably not going to work anyway, so let's just get everyone over here. And you know what, Moses? It just might be the perfect call. Yeah,
Fur actually gave up his position, his kind of option to rotate back. That was SK's option call. It's not going to happen here. Steel on the boost. Molotov goes in. They know that one. The counter flash twist coming through. Can't find it. Nap still far back, but the Galil can't kill anyone. Can't complete any of those kills. They're all so low, and he gets the spray down. Steel, a heroic shots through the smoke. Coldzera, 17 HP in a one-on-one.
This guy's crosshair straight at him. Steel is going to be able to win the fight. Unbelievable. How does he do that? They were all so low from the initial spray. One of them planting the bomb in the background, and they just he's even laughing at it, and can you blame him?
Yeah, you absolutely have to.
Series point here in favor of Liquid. One more round, and they get to knock SK out of the tournament. And that is maybe one of the most unlikely ways you could win a round. He's even just turning away from that. He's just throwing the last couple of bullets into the bomb side just for good measure, and it's a kill.
Well, then the gift right at the end as well. I mean, Cold Zero doesn't have a whole lot of great options available to him in that 1v1. Taco apparently didn't learn during the previous round. We'll see if he pays for it this time. He actually does get out. There's more aggression in Banana, and Taco just repeatedly blind. This is when it gets tough for SK, because Team Liquid already being at 15, it's going to feel so loose knowing that they just cannot lose this until overtime. You're going to have to deal with so much insanity. And Banana control again. Remember, this is something SK never did on their own CT side, was take control of Banana, and Team Liquid has now denied it to him twice in a row. The map shrinks massively.
Nitro playing a bit defensively here at the library. Going to try and go for a jump. Does spot somebody out and calls in a little bit of backup. Cold wins the fight against Nafly. That's not bad at all. And the FAMAS is not going to be able to stop him. Nitro goes down next. They get the kill on Fur, but that is not going to be quite enough. The bomb has been picked up, and they know where Steel is. So he is just in a tough position as they are going to go and get the bomb down to the B-bomb site. So SK get another chance at least. Something to work with here.
Oh, they're going to get the hard reset as well. So that's going to be a very nice way they're going to be able to make some kind of a leap back into this game. If they can rattle off a couple easy ones, you imagine Liquid going to save, I would imagine twice, but you never know. That'll help SK get up towards 7, still a long way away. Cold Zero just killed everyone that round. It was just like, don't stop moving forward. He went all Terminator on us.
I think if you look at, I mean, he's had so many rounds where he's just been shut down in awkward ways. He's had a really tough game. He's at 14, so, you know, he's sort of at the top for his own team, but I just still feel like it's been a lot of really, really awkward engagements for Cold Zero's point of view.
He's going to have a lot of probably pent-up frustration in this game just because of how many times he had to rotate into a lost bomb site.
Yeah. Yeah, and even then, even when he just showed up some of the time, just to sort of try and get a shot on somebody, you know, that AWP would get lost from him, like something awkward would happen. It was just...
Or just rotating with the AWP, and that deep smoke Liquid we're throwing in the first half was just like, you cannot be involved in any of these rounds.
Yeah. Not a good time. No shadow showing on the ground, but maybe just a little bit of a foot somewhere. Fur doing a good job, and the backup is here as well. So they're all going to get chewed up, and it will be another round. 6-15. SK, 11 more rounds in a row to get into overtime.
Throw in the towel. Famous last words.
Ah, Moses. I want this to happen just because you said that. That's my main motivation right now.
I know. You're an evil, evil man.
I'm happy that Liquid are doing so well. I feel like...
but you'd still throw them under the bus.
Yes, I still would sacrifice their victory just to see that happen.
Look at all this nade damage coming out round after round. Taco and Bolt's down to almost no HP. Fur, though, he's starting to heat up, which has to be worrying if you're Team Liquid.
Oh, that's so much damage. Almost could have lined up for a kill on Taco or Bolts in the background. Cold now trying to take over. They do grenade, steal, and now they're bringing it back. Already Fallen has cleared out the A-bomb site, so I'm not sure why Cold is still fighting this. You already have the bomb planted on A, but eventually I guess they're going to be fine. Elige, no armor, no kit, and Fallen is going to be able to confirm in a couple of seconds that he's rotating the other way.
Yeah, and he's not even going to go for it. Save the AK-47. Got 3 kills, so you're doing some economic damage. Doesn't matter as much for the T side, so not a huge deal. But anything counts. 15-6. You have so many different ways, so many win conditions at this point of Team Liquid, and one of those is kind of grinding the economy down and forcing them to have some kind of a buy where they're missing some critical piece of the puzzle.
So Lee's just pretending to cook up a little meal there.
Brazilian barbecue.
Yeah, I love that, Moses.
That's the standard joke.
It's my favorite thing.
Korean barbecue is way better, by the way.
There's just absolutely no way that's true.
I promise you.
Like, Korean barbecue is great, but it is never going to beat Brazilian barbecue.
Yeah, it is.
How do we settle this? How do we figure it out?
You haven't been with us when we've done the classic KBBQ soju festivals. You need to be part of one of those.
I've gone there. I've been there. I was there when Sue introduced us to the flavored soju, which is
It's a bit iffy. I don't like the flavored soju. Although we did have grape soju one night. That was quite nice.
That's what I was talking about. And that was a difficult night. It's the AWP back on Nitro. Liquid. One more round out of the next 8. That's all they need. Good grenade damage onto Elish. Not going to be happy, but he's not going to back off either. Still wants to keep the spray up. Defending Banana, putting that smoke down again at bottom Banana. Denying SK the map control. And Liquid, they are being pretty aggressive over here. And actually now they're putting Nitro alone on top of the wall, while 4 people are rotating into A. So a slight risk, but I would say a calculated one. I don't mind this.
Oh, he's burning. He's got to be confused how that happened. He's going to stick around though still as well. Ballsy play, but he gets rewarded. Nice shot onto Bolts right through the edge.
Oh, God. Oh, that grenade could have been massive. Almost caught 3 people. 50 seconds on the clock and a 4 versus 5. SK Gaming at least have the utility, but it's not like Liquid are completely out either.
Naf, though. Naf is feeling very nervous. He's already halfway cheating to rotate over towards that B bomb site, which is going to be really tough. If SK decides to wrap on this bomb site, he can't stop them. He can spot it, but he can't stop them.
Yeah, but Steel has a Molotov still. I wonder if he could sort of block them off by the hay cart. There it goes pretty deep in, so that's going to buy a lot of time considering there's only 26 seconds.
As well.
Yeah, you're right. There's another one in there. Flashbang going to go over the wall, and now that's going to be probably confirmation that they are coming. 17 seconds, a lot of grenades in. No one's seen Twist yet. Going to get the 1 kill, jumping down, picking up a second. A big double for Twist, and that leaves Fallen alone. He's going to go down, and Liquid do it, knocking out SK Gaming off the tournament and moving right into the semifinals. A massive upset, a massive surprise for everybody involved, but they were looking undefeatable in the first half of this game. Just could not be stopped on Inferno.
Outplayed SK in so many different ways, and they had to earn this one from, you know, a relative smackdown on Mirage in the first map, and then into a comeback to force double overtime and win it on Cobble, and now on Inferno. They just looked like they had such an incredible game plan for that first half, for that T side, and there was nothing SK could do. That's a well-earned victory from Team Liquid, and I think everyone has got to be shocked.
Not least SK Gaming. I'm not sure they know what hit them on that first half. They tried a lot of things, and they sort of went back to the same old style that they used to do, and it just did not work this time.
Yeah. I mean, there was that. I think that's the big thing. That's kind of one of the takeaways. Obviously, a very cool T side from Team Liquid, but certainly if you're SK, after that match, you have to go back and review and change something on that CT side. It was flat. It was stale. There was no adjustments throughout the half. The B bomb site, no matter what they changed, could not be held. You definitely need to go back to the drawing board if you're SK.
Yeah, that's just so interesting. I mean, those were 2 of the really good maps for SK as well. They got to play Cobblestone, they got to play Inferno, so that's been looking all great for them.
That's a big boy win for Liquid.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, I didn't see that coming, I've got to be honest.
Yeah, and you were wrong, which is a nice little cherry on top. You thought the comeback was going to happen.
This guy
is really stupid of you.
Yeah, you know, full 20/20 hindsight and all that.
Yeah.
Listen, Moses, when you win now, it's going to come back in the future to bite you. You know, it means you're going to have a bigger loss in the.
I have
future.
something tough coming up in my future,
That's
runner.
how it works. Congratulations, Team Liquid. That's obviously a massive win, and they really worked hard for it. So you have to just love that. We're going to have a full breakdown of what must be a surprise analyst desk. It's going to be coming up after the break. Stay with us.
online esports betting. Dota, CSGO, Overwatch, Hearthstone, and many more. Bet on tournament matches or in-game events while viewing them live. Deposit using money, bitcoins, or even skins. Join LootBet now. Use the code you see here when you deposit and grab your bonus.
Don't know how to build a team from scratch or find good teammates? DreamTeam.gg, the ultimate team building platform. Find and connect with new players, coaches and teams. Manage and monetize your team. Get on fast track to advance from novice to amateur and, if desired, to professional gamer. Join DreamTeam.gg.